Nebraska getting ready now for their final non-conference game of the year. Hi, Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline. We heard from the coordinators and the players. Before we get to that, this report is brought to you by Prize Picks. There's no better way to get into the action. Put together all of your favorite over and unders in the game. You can put all your projections for college football, NFL football, pro baseball, you name the sport. Prize Picks, it's as easy as more or less in terms of points, yards, whatever the number is. You can do it on Prize Picks, and we've got a great promotion right now with your first $5. They're going to give you $50 free at Prize Picks with the promo code HuskerOnline. We caught up with defensive coordinator Tony White here at the press conference on Tuesday. A lot of positives to take from his defense.
I mean, you'd like to say that, but I mean, the one thing that you saw out there was the guys the whole week. I think the guys just did a great job of embracing the process, right? They came out on Tuesday and put in some new stuff, and it was a physical day, but we were working some coverage stuff, and it didn't look pretty. And then Wednesday came around, and they got a little bit better. And then Thursday came around, they got a lot better. Then Friday came around with the walkthroughs, and they got really, really good. And then Saturday morning walkthroughs, and they were just locked in. And it was a total team deal. You know what I mean? Like, it was the front, the back end, the linebackers. I mean, just everybody on the same page. Everybody was just geeked up. It was just great to be a part of.
Meanwhile, on the offensive side of the ball for Marcus Satterfield, clearly some things they want to get cleaned up, including the perimeter blocking.
We're not very good at perimeter blocking right now. We have to clean that up, and we have to improve this week, next week, the next week. Like, we're going to need to get the ball in the perimeter to win games this season, and to have the big wideouts that we have, that has to be a strong suit for us, and it's not right now. And it's not just the wideouts, it's the running backs, it's the offensive line on screens. Like, when we get the ball in the perimeter, we have to improve and be able to take advantage of that.
Several of the players talked about just how they work on the perimeter blocking and even just eliminating some of the penalties.
Just pushing us, challenging us to challenge ourselves, to have the mentality that your guy cannot make the play, to dominate your opponent and do it relentlessly.
Yeah, I just think it's not that we can't do it. I think that we just need to have a little more effort. We need to start making our run plays look like our pass plays, the way we come off the ball.
Just the technique where our hands are outside, we're holding, we're not moving our feet. It's a commitment to demanding it daily, and I think that last week really opened our eyes up, which stinks, because Coach warns us all the time, don't wait till something happens to fix something. Like, we saw this happening during camp. We failed to fix it as coaches, so we have to get the perimeter blocking right, and we're going to.
Another player on offense that continues to get a lot of praise has been wide receiver Ja'Cory Barney.
Pretty quick. I mean, you saw him in the spring game do some things, return kicks, and I mean, he's just so fast and dynamic. The thing about Ja'Cory is he loves playing football, and that's what you try to recruit to. Like, he genuinely loves to practice. Like, he always has a smile on his face. It's continually recess for him when he's out there on the football field, whether it be a game or whether it be in practice. So I think that and his ability and his ball skills, his speed, I think that just allows him to be a special player. Hopefully he only improves each week.
Man, he's electric. I mean, the guys. First of all, we had a great look from the scout team guys last week. Roman Genie, Kenneth Williams, those guys, and then going against our offense, Ja'Cory, he's a difference maker. He is twitchy. He's fast. But there's a thing with having that talent and then getting the ball in your hand and wanting to do something. Like, he makes guys miss. I mean, he's a guy you throw the ball out there to, and he can take it to the house. And so going up against that consistently, helps all those DBs, man. Like, one-on-ones, everything we do against that guy, like, you have to account for him. And then lo and behold, we're seeing the same things against the offenses that we're seeing on Saturday night. So blessing in disguise to have guys like that in the wide receiver room helping us get better.
Yeah, obviously he's just very explosive. He's very fast. He loves to play the game. He's smart. I mean, he still has freshman mistakes every now and then. That happens to everybody, but he loves playing the game of football, and just his explosiveness kind of keeps you on your toes, and it's good to see for if we're going against receivers that are just as fast or faster than him. So, I mean, he gives a great look for us, and he's an amazing player, and I can't wait to see what he does the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's so talented. He's super fast. He's very confident too, and it shows the way he plays. And yeah, I think he's just going to continue to be that way as he gets stronger and bigger, fills out. Like he's going to be a dominant player.
Yeah, I didn't know Ja'Cory actually committed, and then I found out he was going to be my roommate. And then we started connecting and being close. But ever since then, I knew he had the work ethic. I knew he had this talent. I knew he had the speed. It was just a matter of the chemistry and understanding each other. And, I mean, that dude's special, just like all our guys in our room. And, I'm very happy where our room's at, receiver-wise, and I know they're excited to keep building on it.
Then on the defensive side of the ball, a real rising star has been linebacker John Bullock, who came back for his 6th season.
Yeah, it was a special night. I mean, the atmosphere was amazing, no doubt about it. But I'm very glad I came back. Couldn't be happier about it. Couldn't be happier about this team, where we're at. We have obviously got a lot to improve, but that's the reason I came back, is because I believed in this team, what we could do this year. So, yeah.
Northern Iowa will come into Lincoln. It will be a completely new challenge for the Huskers, as the Panthers will want to run the ball straight at the Big Red. They're averaging over 300 rushing yards per game.
You know, this is a good preview to Big Ten ball, right? I mean, they're going to line up. They got 12 personnel, big backs. Can play action you if you put too many dudes in the box. So, never looking down the road, but it's going to give you a sense of, okay, you saw the pass rush, you saw some coverage stuff, and now you get a chance to line up and set your pads against an opponent that wants to try to impose their will on you. You know what I mean? And so, again, that's why I'm excited about this challenge. I mean, I want to see the guys play with hat in hands. We go against the offense every day in 9-on-7, and just work fundamental football. You know what I mean? And so this is one of those games that is gonna show up.
Yeah, we're super excited, especially up front. We know we can stop the run, and we're gonna go show it this weekend.
Yeah, it's big time. I think we need it going into Big Ten play. It's a good test for us. They got good backs. They got good O-line. They're very smart, and they're detailed in what they do. I mean, they run the ball hard. So we're looking forward to the challenge this week.
Yeah. I mean, we know we're a physical team, they're a physical team, so that's gonna be a fun game. Stopping the run. It's gonna be a good game for
sure. Totally different game right here. I mean, they're in the box again. They got big bodies in there. Again, the back, the one back is. I mean, both backs are almost bigger than our linebackers. You know what I mean? I mean, you got a 235, 240-pound guy, and then another 6'4", 240-pound guy. He kind of reminds you of the back from Illinois. You know what I mean? Like. So completely different, more downhill, more like right at you, some gap scheme stuff. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a physical game, and so Tuesdays kind of build you up for those kind of games.
Also another night game for Nebraska, which for the players it means a long day, but man, those are fun.
Oh yeah, I mean the night games, obviously the atmospheres are a lot of fun. We have the big light show and all that, but during the day it's definitely a challenge for me, and I know some of the other guys, to kind of not get too amped up too early. Just sitting in the hotel, trying to relax, not getting too high too soon, be able to kind of just keep your head straight, and then getting into the locker room, and then that's it's time to go then.
Yeah, I've never played anything like that before. Like I've seen on TV. I watched some past Husker games, and I seen the crowd, and it was like a surreal moment, like being on the field and seeing that. Actually, when I got home, my ears was like ringing. It was that loud.
Electric, that was. I mean, this place is already special, and just there was a different energy there. I mean, with the 94 squad, I mean, the students were awesome. Looking back at the film, there's times where their offensive line, they were totally discombobulated. You can see. So I truly believe that just the atmosphere of the crowd had a huge effect on those guys.
And then finally, last game, world champion boxer Bud Crawford addressed the team on Friday night, and he also led them out for the tunnel walk. Jalen Lloyd and several others talked about Crawford's presence around the team on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, it's crazy. Bud being from Omaha, I'm from Omaha. I've always watched Bud I see he's like the underdog, and that's how we kind of took the game. Like, we're the underdog. Everybody's riding us off, and so we just had that chip on our shoulder all game, and he kind of led the way.
I was starstruck at first because I never seen him in person, but it meant a lot because, you know, he talk about where he come from and all the obstacles he had to face, and I feel like it kind of related to us, you know, being doubted every year and just coming out playing how we did meant a lot.
And we're still waiting on final word on Mekhi Bayer's targeting penalty, if he'll be cleared to play on Saturday. Nebraska is obviously preparing as if he won't be available. Reporting here with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.